Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. So I'm on today finally with my flip through of this really cute little Christmas journal that I made with the papers that I won from Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. I shall put all the pertinent links down below. So this kit is the Naughty or Nice kit by Couture Creations. And yes, I've used a lot, nearly all of the 12 by 12 papers, and then I used a bit of the 6 by 6 paper pack as well, and heaps of the little die cut embellishments that come with it as well, that match really nicely. So I've just tied it up here with this like candy cane string and this Merry Christmas tag. Those I grabbed in a garage sale that I went to recently. They were wrapped around some old envelopes that held ephemera that I bought. So I ended up with a whole heap of them, which they were really handy, and I love the way that looks on here. It just adds something really nice. So yes, I cut out one of the 12 by 12 papers with the beautiful picture of Santa, and up in the corner there is one of the little embellishments that you get with the pack. And then I've put some cheesecloth behind there. So, and then there's just a music paper that I cut out with the 12 days of Christmas on the spine. And then there's the back, and that's a fussy cut from the 12 by 12 paper as well. And just some blank music sheet. And then I went around with some gold. That's your Inca gold, just to highlight the edges. So there is a tutorial, which I'll try and remember to link below, of me doing the cover for this one. So it's approximately 114 pages. It's got just over a 2-inch spine. It's about 5.5 inches wide and about 8 3/4 tall. So. And it's got 3 signatures and hidden. So just undo that. Move that out of the way without moving all of my lace. Geez, you try and be pretty, don't you? And it never works for me. Alright, put that back. So that's the first page. So this is like a to from tag that you'd use on your Christmas present, but it's a vintage style. I think V gave me that one, so it was gifted, but it was absolutely beautiful and goes on that page really nicely. So yeah, all the pages that I've used, the kit pages, these are all the 12 by 12s that I've used here. In the book I haven't used any from any other kits or anything. So, and this envelope, or patacalope as we like to call them, that's from the 6 by 6 paper pack. I just ripped one of those out, perfect size to fold up and make that with. So that one turned out lovely, and it's a tuck spot behind, which I've just put some music paper in. I might write down like the details of the paper pack and the stamps I've used on that, and then slip it in somewhere. Fits in there quite nicely though. And then these are 2 of the journaling cards that come with, I think these ones come out of the 6 by 6 paper pack. You get big ones in your 12 by 12 pack, and then you get the smaller ones in the 6 by 6. So I've just put some tea-dyed paper on the back of those, and I've left them plain because they're beautiful as they are, and they just slip in there. And then I've added a bit of lace and some cheesecloth behind the envelope. So on this page I've just done a little tuck here with some more of the 12 by 12 paper, and I did do some border punch just there, just to try something a bit different out. And that's one of my faux Christmas stamps that I made ages ago with the stamp from the stamp catalogue that I cut out and put onto one of my die cuts and inked around. Just put it onto some linen. And then that's got another one of the beautiful big journaling cards from the kit. And I've just backed that as well. So there's heaps of journaling space in this one. I've tried to not over embellish, but just add a bit of interest here and there. So beautiful vintage music paper, deck the halls. I've tried to keep to the theme throughout with the things I've done. So I've got a tutorial on these as well. I'll link any tutorials that I remember to down below for you. So that's like a glassine bag that I was gifted, and I have napkined it and put on some music paper and some lace and some napkin. And it makes a really cool little tuck spot pocket for this. This was a old bookmark. A lot of people that watch me know that I get a lot of bookmarks from the books I go through. Just old ones. So what I do is I bring them home and I have heaps of them. And then when I'm doing a journal, I drag a few out and I cover them and make something else out of them. So this is a vintage, it was a pamphlet with some Christmas recipes. So I cut this one out for a light Christmas cake, and I've just stuck a bit of napkin down the bottom and then a journaling spot on the back with some tea-dyed paper. And that slips in there, and then I've left a tuck spot behind as well. And this is another one of the journaling cards from the kit, and I've embellished that with some music paper, eyelash trim and a little picture out of a book. Just back that again. I like to slip that behind there and just let the threads of the eyelash trim hang out. Now there's a little tuck spot that I've made with an offcut of the paper there. Another one of the journaling cards. Now someone gifted me recently a few sheets of paper towel, and they're absolutely beautiful. But I've been just cutting the individual bits out because I can get a lot out of it that way. And that one I really liked for this, so I stuck that on and some music paper. And then just some music paper on the back. Now I had a beautiful Christmas, vintage Christmas book, so I've added pages out of that in each signature as well. So this one's about who is Santa Claus. And then I had this gifted to me, vintage paper. Looks like paper that you'd learn to write on at school, but I loved that it had green lines and red lines, so I thought that was perfect for a Christmas journal. I've just napkined a bit down the bottom. It's another beautiful picture out of a book that I have, and I've just backed it onto tea-dyed paper. Now that is one of the little journaling cards. And this is just a paper pad that I have that's Christmas inspired, and I tea-dyed that and it comes out looking really nice and vintage, so I'll tuck that up there. Some ledger paper, and that just folds out for extra writing space. Now this is one of the die cut embellishments that you get in the embellishment pack. There's a whole lot of holly, little ones, medium ones, and then these bigger ones as well as ones with bells, and they're so much fun just to place around here and there, so I've added them in a lot of spots that you'll see. So I've used one of the journaling cards here to make a tuck spot and have put music paper, some linen, and another beautiful picture. I found some really nice pictures in one of my books that I thought went really well with this paper pack. And then this is another journaling card, and I had, this would have come out of the music book. So it was the Oh Christmas Tree song or whatever, and it had a picture of the Christmas tree, so I've just ripped around them and put them in. And here's another one of the embellishments that I've stuck on, and some paper on the back as well. That just slips in there nicely. And then here are two more of the little embellishments. You get heaps of these little holly, and they are gorgeous to put around the corners of your pages and your journaling cards. And then I have a craft book that is inspired by Edith Holden, so it has a lot of her pictures and that in it. So I found the one that relates to Christmas and added that in the centre of this first signature. And so it's got the instructions to make whirling snowflakes and merry jest. So I thought that'd be a bit of fun to add. Now that's another one of the die cut embellishments from the Naughty or Nice collection, and I've just put some linen behind it and I've inked it up so it looks vintage. Now this is an offcut of the paper pack, and I've just added the linen again and one of my hand stamped labels. And you get these little square embellishments, a whole heap of them. So one of those was perfect to use as a closure for this. So you can just open that up. And I love this paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper. It's just beautiful, and I thought this is quite nice to be able to journal on here. So, and I had a little picture of holly that I cut out of a book. So I added that in the corner there. So it makes a really nice little hidden journaling spot. And then you just close it up like that. And then behind it, I've got a little linen tab there. And this is an index card that fell out of a book that I was grabbing the other day. So I just cut the end off because it wasn't in the best condition, and napkined over the top, and beautiful napkin, that one. So I love that little journaling card, and that slips just behind the little fold out that I have there. The other side of the ledger paper, beautiful kit page. It's really fun to fussy cut and use this. That's the type of stuff that I've put on the back there. Just gorgeous to use. I had some little poems and that I found in some of my books, so I cut this one out and just stuck it there on some lace. It's another level of interest. That was an offcut that I just stuck to that page, so it's not so plain. The other side of my vintage book paper. Now these were coasters from a wedding. On Facebook Marketplace one day, a lady was selling a whole lot of napkins and a whole lot of other stuff from a wedding really cheap, and so I went and grabbed them. And these come up really nice when they're tea dyed, and then I ink around the edges. So, and that makes a nice little tuck spot. And I was gifted by Vera, I think, some vintage tags. They're really nice and old, so I used one of those, put some linen in there, some linen to back off this picture. Beautiful little pictures, and then it's just got a little saying on the back, happy hearts, happy memories, happy Christmas. Thought that was sweet, and it slips in there quite nicely. So that's the poem about the night before Christmas, and just another little vintage picture that I found. It's a cute one. And then this page, I put the lace there, and it was going to be the backdrop for a poem or a picture or something, but I actually like the lace so much that I just left it like that. Just breaks up that page a bit. Really nice. And then I have just ripped out a bit from one of the, is that the big, I think that was from the 6x6 pad, that piece, and I just ripped it out. So it makes a little corner top tuck, and this was an envelope that I made only yesterday and put a tutorial up. Just been napkined and one of my stamps, and then some other little stamps on there. So I'm pretty sure they're all Kaiser Craft stamps that I've used there. And then I decided to just use this offcut of ledger paper and just add some of the same napkin onto that. It looks beautiful. So that's a nice little journaling spot in the envelope there. Try and get that back in. And I just put that up in there. And then I just stuck this little journaling card of Father Christmas down the bottom there. Just looks really nice with that paper. Usually I'd make it a little tuck spot, but I've got so many in here, I thought, no, that can just go on as an embellishment. And this is a page of Jingle Bells music, and I love how the picture there sort of goes really nicely with the colours on this page. It's just a blank journaling page. Now that's one of the little journaling cards with a bit more linen and a little picture. And then I have recently come across some vintage, well, they're antique postcards and cards. And I scanned one of the cards, and it was so cute. It's not really in keeping with the red and the green, but it was too cute not to put in. It's real sweet. So that makes a beautiful little journaling card. So I've just slipped that in there. There's some blank music paper. Love that page too. That could almost be journaled on as well because it's not very dark. Beautiful bells and columns. And then this is just some of the pad that I showed before that I've ripped out, and it's backed onto some linen to make a pocket. And here's another one of my cards that I scanned. Just really nice they are, very vintage. It's another one of the die cuts up there. Just add some interest to the blanker pages. Another piece of the vintage book, it's Bertram and the Reindeer. So in this bag that I was gifted, they looked quite vintage too, but they're gorgeous and heaps of fun. So I just left that blank because it's so cool like that. And then on this side, I folded up the bottom of the bag to make a little pocket to put this, which is the front of another one of my antique cards. Another journaling spot there. And then I just added some of the pad paper there just to journal on that as well. Another one of that's one of the medium size die cut embellishment that you get of the holly. And then I did an altered envelope here. That's the middle of this signature. And it just happened that this card that I scanned fit perfectly in the windows there. It even has writing on it for Jack something or other. Jack and Minnie, I think. Happy something. 1894 that one's dated, so very, very old, that one. But as I said, when I put it in the windows there, you get to see the writing as well as the flowers, and it just fits perfectly. So that just had to go in there like that. And then I just napkined around here, and then on this side of the envelope I used some of the 6x6 paper, and this is the copy of another one of my, I'm not sure if that's a postcard. I think that was a postcard, but it was a ripped one, but I still love the picture so much that I use it. Gorgeous little girls. Yeah, and then I collaged again with some of the paper pack and ripped some out of another page to put down there, and that's the bell embellishment out of the die cut pack. And then, yeah, a bit more collaging there, so this can be written on, so that's why I've left that sort of plain like that, so it can be journaled on. And then this is a little pocket, and it has this beautiful cat card about Christmas. Another antique, copy of an antique it is. Can't give away the antiques, have to keep them, I love them. So, and this is another offcut of the paper that I've made into a tuck spot, and another one of the little embellishments, and that's Santa Claus there. Just backed onto some linen again. And then in there I've just stuck some vintage canister score pad. So it's a nice little journaling spot. I thought, you know, when I was young at Christmas time, when if we were at the families, we'd usually after the meal end up playing a game of something. We tended to go for Scrabble, but a lot of people play cards and that. I used to play canister with my friends a lot. So, and then I did a scrappy fabric embellishment, linen, some of this beautiful Christmas fabric that I think is vintage as well, cheesecloth, and just some of my lace. And there's the other side of the bag there. In there, there's a picture out of a book that I have, and I've just, what's that about? It's Tom Smith's Artistic Crackers for Table Decoration. Just back that with the tea dyed journaling on. That slips in there nicely. It's the other side of the vintage paper. And then I made a belly band there that just has lace at the top and the bottom, and it has 3 of your little die cut square embellishments. And then I used a bit of the paper pad, and I just folded it in half, stuck some linen, and this is a picture I was gifted, and it's actually the front or back of your stamps when you get your postage stamps. It's the cover to that, and it's a lovely picture and saying, so I thought that would go really cute on something. And then I've just put some tea-dyed graph paper in there. That's the other side of the paper pad. So that just slips in there quite nicely. Then I fussy cut these baubles out and just put them there. I was going to make a tuck spot, but like I said before, I have plenty of tuck spots in here, and I just like that for a bit of decoration, and you can still journal all around it. And then I added a bit of music paper there for some more journaling spot, and 2 of the embellishments up there, which look really cool. As I said, they're so nice for the top of your pages, especially your blank pages where you just need that something a bit extra. And there's another one of them there that I put on top of this little collaged piece. It's just some music paper, cheesecloth, bit of lace, and the embellishment. Other side of the music paper. Now this is just a little tuck spot that I made by sticking. I think this is all from the little paper pad. I've got one piece and stuck this piece on, so it's a tuck spot there with the little journaling card. And then you can tuck in behind it where I've done this. It's another index card that fell out of a book the other day, which I've repurposed, as they say. Bit of napkin, bit of lace, and a bit of tea-dyed doily. That's another one of the, what did I say it was before that you put your cup on? Coaster, that's the thing, from the wedding. So, and this, I'm not sure what pack or anything this one comes from, because that was gifted to me a while back, and so it's just from my stash. But I thought it was really cool and it looked good in here, so it just sits in there. Love that page, just with Santa Claus and the music and the fir trees and the little birdies, so I thought I'd just leave that as is. Now here I've done 2 pockets, and I've just slipped in these vintage Christmas cards. They're really pretty, and they can be used as well because they're just blank. So, and then we've got that one. Now on here I have, it's tea-dyed paper here, and I've stuck this as a little belly band across, and I stuck this little round tag that was in the embellishment pack, and I've just done a little bow there, and then that's another embellishment, the deer that I stuck on there, and then you can slip this little tag in there, pull it out and use it, so that just slips in like that. And then behind it is a tuck spot where I've got 2 more of the little tags. So again, this is all from the kit. Well, as I said, you've got the 12 by 12 papers, there's a separate paper pad, and then you've got your separate embellishment pack as well. But they all go together really nicely. And as I said, I've used a lot of all of it to do this journal. Now this also, you can flip up. I love doing these. So there's a whole lot of writing space in there as well. So there's another vintage music page. It's Away in a Manger. And Angels We Have Heard on High. And then I've just stuck a little bit of lace there on this side of this page. And then a tip in from a vintage book, Nativity Scene. And there's Santa Claus out of the little paper pack. And then vintage book page again, how the fir tree became the Christmas tree. Some more of that red and green lined paper. Another little embellishment that I've made with a book page. I love adding book pages. As everyone knows, I have that many books, so if I can get bits of them and stick them anywhere, I will. Some lined paper. Now, these are 2 of the journaling cards, and I've stuck the little one on the big one to create a tuck here that has this little round tag from the embellishment pack. And this little journaling card. And then I've made a big journaling card with some of the 12 by 12 paper and put one of the little embellishments up the top. And then a book picture and a piece of your music sheet. And then I've backed it with, you get a couple of these like greetings, and they're, oh, I don't think I've got them near me. What do you call the things with the, where they've cut the triangle out the end, like a flag thing. My brain's working well, isn't it? Yeah, those things anyway, but I just corner rounded it so it fit on this journaling card well and stuck one up there. So that slips in there. It's difficult when you do so well with something like this and you get so far and then you can't think of what you're saying. I'm not doing it all again, so you're stuck with my boo-boos. Yep, beautiful vintage Christmas doily. I think these are vintage ones. They look really vintage, so they're gorgeous. So I didn't bother embellishing these pages otherwise because I just wanted to highlight the doily because it's beautiful. A couple more of the little embellishments there. You can fold out that page and have heaps of writing space. Beautiful trees. Then this is just out of a book that I've made into this little tuck spot. It's just got some music paper that's been tea dyed and another bit of the paper towel page. Slip that back up there. So these are, I've put 2 doilies together to make it a bit stronger and stuck them down to make a tuck spot there, and it's got a bit of book picture there as well. And I've just tucked some of this vintage ledger in. Other side of the vintage book page. Now here's some of the vintage fabric that I used in my little scrappy before, and so I've just made a little fabric flip there. I love it. It's got lots of little mittens on it. I should not have been using this lace, should I? I might just take that away because it's sort of useless. It's getting caught on my fussy cutting. That's what happens when I try and be pretty. Now this is just an embellishment that I've stuck on with one of the journaling cards, book picture and music page. Now this is, if you can see, it's one of the embellishments there that I've stuck on to use as a closure. So you can just open that like that, and it's got some music page and tea-dyed paper in there to journal on. So you can just close it like that. And then behind it, a little journaling card. And the last page, so that's a paper bag that I've altered. It's got some cheesecloths, one of the holly embellishments there as well as up there. I'll take these out. I had a beautiful book page that had that picture, which I've been hoarding for a while, so I thought this was the perfect journal to put it in, and it looks really nice on that paper bag. And then inside I've got the tag from the kit, goes there. And then another journaling card which I've embellished with another book picture and some lace. And then this is a little flip booklet that I got the inspiration from this from Pam at the Paper Outpost. I will try and remember to link her YouTube down below so you can have a look. She does some awesome stuff. So I've just put some of my lace on the top and one of the embellishments. It's just been stapled together, and basically you just rip all the pages so that they're different lengths. And so really you get a lot of journaling space on that. And then on the back I put Santa Claus and some music paper. So that slips in there nicely like that. And then on the back page it's got another one of those flags. I know they're called something else, but I'm just saying that for now. It says Happy Holidays, and then this beautiful book picture that's backed onto some green cloth. But just love the 12 by 12 papers. They look beautiful with these pictures on and that. So, and then the back page. So I'd just really like to thank Aunty Vera for my prize, because I did win this kit. It's been awesome to use this. It's absolutely beautiful. So go check out her shop. She has really cool stuff in there. And the prices are nice and competitive. So I'm going to be purchasing a lot from there in the future. So take care everyone, and I hope you're getting some crafting done. See you later.